So in the last class, we talked about a few of the use cases. We want to introduce data analytics to you. So we talked about Swiggy, that's a case one. And we again talked about Best Buy, where we can go with a lift advertisement, right? We can make sure that we can come up with a unique advertisement. And then we went with an investment banking, where we actually focused mainly on how we can attract the customers. We know that the people who are old, like senior citizens, are actually planning for a lot of investments, but they're not using phones or they're not using emails. So we thought of going and posting the emails to, mails to them. That also worked. And finally, we talked about Red Bull, which they used a unique way of marketing. Now, why did I tell this 4 cases? Because the 4 cases helps you to think out of box. If you are a data analyst, the first thing you have to do is you have to always think out of the box. Every company's only main objective is to make money. To make that money, what you need to do, that is really important, right? So please think in your mind, okay, as a data analyst, what I'm going to do. As a data analyst, I'm going to help the team to improve in terms of sales and revenue. For that, what I need to do, I need to give the ideas. Now, can you just give ideas just like that? No, you have to do a reporting. You have to do a reporting. You have to convert the data into a insights. We have to convert that into a reporting. Now, that is your second responsibility. First responsibility, to give ideas. The second responsibility, you have to convert the data into a report like this, right? But do you think everything you'll get it like that, right? It's nothing that we will be getting a clean data. Sometimes you have to put your efforts. The data will be in this format. The data will be in this format. So you have to put some extra effort. So that means you cannot use everything directly, right? You have to make sure that you clean the data properly and then you have to use it. So third responsibility is doing some data cleaning and data transformations, right? With all that, now we will be jumping into, I also gave an example how one data point can change the complete scope of the business. So you have to keep every data point is very important for us. Now, finally, we'll get into a tool. This is what is going to be majority of the course. We will be talking about Power BI. Now, what is this Power BI? Power BI is a business intelligence tool. Whatever the responsibility I've told you, right? You have to analyze the data, you have to come up with the ideas, and you have to make sure that you do a report, you do the data cleaning. Well, this is a software, this is a software, this is a tool where you can do everything. You can do everything. You can clean the data here. You can do the charts here. You can visualize it and you can come up with the analysis. Well, I can say that this tool is so beautiful that it can do everything for you. It can do everything for you, right? Now, in this case, I wanted to make sure that I give you a fair idea about what are the components in this BI tool which is responsible for the our data cleaning or data transformations or Power View, right? Now, in Power BI, we have 4 components. We have 4 components. So one is called Power Query, one is called Power Pivot, Power View, and Power BI Service. Now, each one is taking one responsibility. Each one is taking one responsibility, right? So what is this responsibility? Your Power Query is actually taking the responsibility of data cleaning. And your Power View is actually taking a responsibility of, like, you can convert the data charts. You can actually convert that into a charts. So basically, like, you can do a line chart, column chart, everything you have seen in a sample report, right? It is responsible for that. Now, if you think about the Power Pivot, you can do some data modeling. What is data modeling? Properly arranging the data in the form of a table. Like, I have to store a specific information, like let's say customer into one table, sales into another table. So properly I can organize. And finally, this is used for sharing the reports. You can share it to your end users. Now, in our course, we are going to we are going to learn about each and every component in depth. All 4 we are going to learn, because that is where right from the start you can complete the report and share it to the clients, right? Now, I'm going to show you There are so many tools in the market, but why are we learning only Power BI is a question that you will have. See, when I say BI tool, what is BI tool? It can do the data cleaning, it can do the charts, and you can visualize the data. What we have seen in the report, right? You can do it in n number of tools. What are the tools? The screen you're seeing, we have almost 30 tools. Almost 30 tools. These 30 tools are actually helping us to come up with the reporting. But in this 30, why are we learning only Power BI? Why you are not teaching SAP? Why you are not teaching Tableau? You may be having n number of questions. You may be having n number of questions, and let's see why I am teaching Power BI. I have a very strong justification why I'm teaching Power BI and why not any other tool. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to teach this and why not any other tool. Now, there is actually five top reasons why we are learning Power BI. We already have 30, right? We already have 30 tools, but why are we learning only Power BI? Now, let's understand one by one. Let's understand one by one. There is a company called Gartner. Okay, there's a company called Gartner. You know what is their work? If you ask what is KSR's work, KSR workers, they train the students, they get their dream jobs. That's the work of KSR. Similarly, what is Facebook? Facebook is a company which they try to interact socially. People will interact. They start sharing their tweets or wherever they go, right? They post pictures, and it's like a social communication. That's Facebook. Similarly, if I take a WhatsApp, yeah, you can communicate with each other, share your pictures, documents, audio, video, anything you can do, right? It's a way of communication like this. If I talk about a company called Gartner, the Gartner company is the company is known only for comparisons. The company is known only for comparison. What do you mean by comparison? They'll compare iPhone with Samsung. They'll compare Vivo phone with Samsung. They'll drop it in the from top and see what is the quality. Like this, their only work is comparison. Now, what this company has done is this company has actually compared all the business intelligence tool which you're seeing on the screen, right? So if you see, it has compared all the business intelligence tool. Now, if I say this business intelligence tool, you can see here and there are a few of the tools which has been marked. And one thing which is very attractive to us is Microsoft's Power BI, right? Now, just visualize this graph like this. Just visualize like this. Okay, this is a start and this is a finish. Imagine that all the 30 plus tools are running for a race. Okay, now if I show you this visual, see, again I'm saying, if you are from KSR, the way of thinking should be different. It should not be like a normal person, right? We always think and we have to react to how the data is behaving to us. Okay, now this is a race. I've asked you to imagine this is a race now. Okay, now from the 4 examples which we have seen, the case studies, now I want you to think differently out of the box, and I want you to tell me what is happening in this visual. 30 plus tools are running for a race, and we have a start and we have a finish. I'll give you 30 seconds time. Analyze this, observe this race, and tell me what is your insights on this. What is your insights on this? Start line, finish line, 30 tools running for the race. What is your insights on this? What is your thoughts on this?
I think so.
He's a market leader.
Microsoft in the market, Microsoft has its own
Market
monopoly.
leader.
As a leader, he's leading all the other.
So can I say Microsoft is running first?
Yes.
Yes.
What else?
I think it's looks like
ability to
Microsoft.
Microsoft is leading.
Microsoft is leading in terms of it is providing new features
Okay.
and new add-ons in
Okay.
their products, and it is in comparison to other products, it
Other
is in
tools.
the lead.
Okay. Next.
It
Like,
is
sir, we
leading
can
in
also relate good
completeness
data
and
and
also ability to execute.
Power BI, I mean, Microsoft is first. What else? What else you
like
can
the
observe from this chart?
Google data in Quota has just start their career with in this, so it can be a good chance to have a good pace in this race.
Okay.
But this is 1 year back, right?
We haven't got 2024. If I would have got, I would have shown you. It will come in the month of February and March.
Yeah, so what I'm getting out of this chart is, as we all said that the Microsoft is leading in this chart. That's true, but what I can see that the second highest, I mean the second in the race
Second in the
is
race is
Tableau that
Tableau.
I can
Okay.
Tableau.
see in this chart.
Okay.
So and like this Tableau and Microsoft, these all, I mean, these tools are belonging from the visionaries. These are not the niche players, these are the visionaries. So people are actually, I mean, thinking more about this and trying to utilize more in their business. This is my perspective.
Okay. Okay.
It is
Now,
there.
okay. Now each
From
one
from
as
the
your,
graph,
yeah, tell me.
yeah, from the graph, it is a quadrant one, quadrant two, quadrant three. It is leading. Others are challengers and nickel players and visionaries. But Microsoft is leading the market.
Okay. Now, just okay. Thank you so much for telling all your insights. You are saying Microsoft is first, and one of you pointed out Tableau is second, right? Now, if I was a person who have to analyze this graph, now that's the difference between you and me. Okay, you have to start thinking like me. If I was a person, if I want to observe this graph, you know what I would say is this is a 0th% of the race. That is zero. This is 0. This is 100, right? This is a 50% of the race. This is a 50% of the race. All the 28 tools have not even crossed the 50% of the race. This is my first insight. I'm running for a race. I don't see anyone competing me because no one has even crossed the 50%. How will they win me? Now, who is my biggest challenger is
Tableau.
Tableau. If you ask a first rank student, you go and ask your cousins or you ask your brothers and sisters who's actually studying. Imagine they're a first rank student. They will never worry about the last benchers. They will always worry about the second rank student, because the second rank student will have all the likely chance that he may also overtake the first rank. Now, in the fight, right? 28 tools have not even in the frame. They have not even crossed the 50% of the race. What is really needed is the top two. So there is always a heavy challenge between Tableau and Microsoft. And we are seeing that Microsoft has been in the top position for almost 6 years now. Okay, we have almost seen 6 years. Now, this is my first insight. And the next analysis, 25% race. Lot of tools have collapsed in the starting itself. When you start a race, they have collapsed in the starting itself. If these tools have to become like a Power BI, you have to wait for at least 2 generations. Maybe my son's kid, maybe he can start using this, provided if it comes in the market. This 25% of the tools where I've collapsed in the starting itself, where they will reach to the top. Now that is what you have to analyze. Everything starts speaking about numbers, right? Only 2 tools have crossed the 50% of the race, means only 2 tools are fighting for that winning position, right? Only 2 tools are actually running for the finish line, and there is a fight whether you will go first or I'll go first. But we have seen that the gap between Power BI and Tableau is actually a bit huge. So we have seen that Microsoft has been leading the market for all 6 years. Okay, now This is the first reason, right? Now, actually, this is a report that has been generated in 2023, right? 2024, we are yet to get the report. So let me show you how it behaved in the last few years. Okay, let me show you that.
And Santosh, like they are actually generating these reports on the basis of user, right? How many users are actually using this?
Usage, users, the projects, and the fixability, features, upgradations, and how many clients are using it. Based on all that, they are using. Okay. Now,
Okay.
Power BI was launched in the year 2015. Okay, and now we are in the 2024. So almost 5 plus 4, 9 years. In the 9 years, let's see how the Gartner report was there. Okay, 9 years. Let's see how the Gartner report is there. Okay, now this was actually 2015. This was actually in 2015. 2015 is where your Microsoft was launched. You can see clearly that the number one tool is Tableau here. Again, think like a race. Think like a race. This is a race. Okay, and this is a start and this is an end. So think like a race. Who is on top? None other than the Tableau. When? 2015. If you ask where is Power BI, you know why I've highlighted the Microsoft highlighted? Because it's somewhere in the between. And I mean, since I speak Kannada, I can tell you one statement that we usually say. Kumpal Govinda. Do you know what is that?
Yes.
No.
You
Yes.
don't know?
Yes.
You don't know this?
Yes.
What is this Gumpal Govinda? What do you tell in Telugu?
One among the crowd.
Gumpulo Govinda.
What do you mean by that?
One among the crowd.
One among the crowd, right? It is like one among the crowd, Gumpal Govinda, right? It's not even been visualized. That's why I've highlighted it. That is what I've highlighted it, right? Now, in 2015, your Tableau was on first. And your Power BI, Microsoft Power BI is like a Gumpal Govinda because it is just started, right? You don't know about the market, right? 2016, what happened? It got separated from the other tools. Maybe it's not on top, but from the Gumpal Govinda tool, it came to a separately. It got separated from the other tools. Now it moved towards the third position, right? It moved towards the third position. Now, still we have seen the Tableau is on top. When? It happened in 2016, right? Okay. 2017, it became a competitor to Tableau. Now it has reached to a position where both are running for the same place, but we don't know what was on top. So it has come to a same place where Tableau was there. When happened? When this happened? 2017. Okay, 2017. 2018 did not have a much change, but it started to overtake Tableau. Right? In 2018, it started to overtake Tableau. From 2018, and the rest is history. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2021, it went actually in a very fast phase. There was a lot of gap between Tableau and Power BI. When this happened, 2021. You know what? Tableau didn't be quite here. Tableau started to do some research and they have joined the hands with Salesforce. So Salesforce is a one more BI tool. So Salesforce and Tableau both combined together. We thought, your enemy will be your, your friend's enemy is also your enemy, right? In that way, what happened is Salesforce is also not happy with Microsoft's growth. Tableau also is not good, happy with the Microsoft's growth. They two joined the hands. When they two joined the hands in 2022, they both combined together. Still, it did not overtake Power BI because Power BI is going in a very, very upgradation, right? Lot of updates happening. It's always in the first. This happened in 2022. And finally, we have got 2023 report as well. And I'm actually waiting for 2024. Okay, still we have not got the report. Still, we haven't got the report. So we are actually waiting for 2024. I can clearly tell you that it is going to lead the market in 2024 as well. It is going to lead the market in 2024. For the last, from 2018 to 2024, your Power BI is on top. I'm not saying you need not believe me, but you believe Gartner's report. Gartner's is a company which doesn't come with a simple report. They do a lot of analysis. They start comparing, they start seeing the usage, everything they see, and then they come up with a report. And undoubtedly, Microsoft Power BI is on top for the last 6 years, and it will continue to do so in 2024 as well. Just wait for one more month. I will show you this report as well, 2024 report. There is no competitor for Power BI. That is Microsoft Power BI, right? Only for the initial 2 years, it was struggling to come out of the market. But once it has crossed that threshold, 2017 and 18, it started to lead the market. And even today, we are seeing that it is on top. Okay. I'll tell you one small story. Okay. In 2017, I just wanted to jump to a different company. Okay. So 2014, I started my career. This is where I started my career. I worked for 3 years in one company. So 2017, I thought of a jump, right? I wanted to jump into a different company. So you know what was the question asked? Interview question. In 2017, the interview question was, talk on Power BI for 10 minutes. This was the interview question. That's all. No one knew Power BI in the early stages. It was launched in 2015, just 2 years old. Most of them doesn't even know what is Power BI. And the way I went interview, right? They just asked me one thing. Do you know Power BI? Yes. Okay. Talk about Power BI for 10 minutes. If you're able to complete this presentation, you're selected. That happened in 2017, but now things have changed. Now they start asking a lot of questions, complex questions, and that is why you all joined the course to learn more. But I'm just telling you how it was in 2017, because 2017 there were no Power BI developers. We have to scale it, and right from the day one, I got a chance to work on Power BI. 10 minutes presentation was not a difficult, so I was able to clear the Microsoft offer. Microsoft, they're asking 10 minutes talk on Power BI. See the interview process. But now if you go, they'll ask 5 to 6 rounds, right? So with all that, I can consider this to be one of the best tool in 2023. Until 2023, it is best. Okay. Now, let's focus on the second reason. Okay. The second reason is search volume. Okay. You go to Google Trend and you search Power BI. There will be a lot of people who have searched Power BI in the last few years. Everyone would have searched for some issues, installation, questions, growth. So you would have seen a lot of people have started using Google. So obviously, if someone is using more, you would be seeing that in the Google search. And we see a lot of things have happened with respect to search. And that's one indication that yes, it is always the best. And the third use case which I want to tell you is it has a maximum features. That is why it is on top actually. It provides you maximum features. That maximum features in the sense you can do a lot of things without writing a single line of code. You can write it. I'm not saying 0% because there are some Excel functions that you have to use similar to Excel functions, but there's no coding like what we do in Java, Python, and what we do in C, C++. No coding is required. We can simply go and do with a drag and drop. Another good thing about Power BI is it comes with a lot of charts, lot of options, lot of features. Every month they come up with the updates, and that is making easier for the users. And as and then cheap and best, this is one of the tool which is very, very cheap. You have to have licensing. Okay, you have to have the license. With that license, if you compare with all the BA tools, say something which is flexible and easier, it will be always price will be there, price tag will be there, right? But if you compare with all the BI tools, this is bit cheaper. And at last, one thing which I want to say is it's been almost 35-40 years, right? Even today, for the presentation also, I'm actually using Microsoft's PPT. I've used Microsoft Outlook. I'm using Microsoft Teams. I'm using Microsoft Presentation. And we are also using Microsoft Excel, Microsoft CSV. Well, Microsoft is not just a name, it's a brand. It's a brand, right? Even today, everyone is talking about Microsoft. It's all because of the brand. Brand is something which no one will compensate on that, because always branded is branded, right? So today everyone talks about iPhone because of the brand, right? Everyone talks about the brand because it's somewhere which you cannot even match the company's level. If you ask me, there is no competitor for Google. Initially in 2010, 2011, there was a competitor for Google, which is called Yahoo, right? You would have seen Yahoo search, Google search, but nowadays no one is using Yahoo, right? Now, similar to that, Microsoft also, there is no competition. There is no competitor at all. Microsoft is always Microsoft. And that is making this tool to be a unique. And we all know that Power BI is a Microsoft product. And since it's a Microsoft product, it is always at the higher end, right? Now, all these are reasons why I would go with Power BI, right? So I've shown you the Gartner report, and we also have the other reasons why we have the why we choosing this. And you may ask me why we are not learning any other tool. Well, all the other tool will have challenges, but this tool is competitor is this one. But when I compare this and this is the one which we are going to learn. Okay. With that, one more thing which I wanted to tell you is, where is the data coming from? Data is coming from the report, right? Data is coming from your Excel, your CSV, all this data comes in. Now, if I see here, this is how Power BI works. Let me tell you how Power BI works. This is your software, Power BI software. You have to install this software. Power BI desktop is a software. So in the desktop, what you will do, you will all get the data. Where is the data coming from? The data is coming from Excel, CSV, database. It's coming from files. So you all collect this data, and this is a software where you will be doing reports. You will be building a line chart. You will be building a column chart, and you will be building a pie chart. You will be building some cards. Now, this is where you generate the reports. This is where you generate the reports. It is in your system actually, but all these are my clients. All these are my clients. Okay, I understand that. But how do they see my report? You have to push it to a browser. You have to push it to a web version, because your report is in your desktop. You have to put it in a web version. So we have a concept called Power BI service. With the help of the Power BI service, whoever is actually given a proper privilege, they can use your report. So in our course, 80% of our time we will be spending on Power BI desktop. 20% of our time we will be spending on Power BI service, because Power BI service is all about sharing the report. Now we are getting the data from your on-prem. That is, this is all called on-prem. What is on-prem? On-prem means it's coming from your system, laptops, machines, servers, right? It all becomes a on-prem data. From there, you are building a report with the help of Power BI desktop, and then you have to share it to someone, because they're all the end users. They are also actually expecting the data to be shown in the report. So we again push it back to another web version, which is called Power BI service. From the Power BI service, whoever is from different part of the country, they can access my report, right? Now, this is how Power BI works. Now, there is a small problem. There's a small problem. All this is coming from on-prem. On-prem means it's coming from my laptop, machine, system, computers. It is coming from your servers. It is all coming from on-prem. But we have some on-premises problem. We have some on-premises problem. Let's see what is that on-premises problem. Okay, let's see what is that on-premises problem. My data, which is nothing but my Excel, it can store only this much records. How much records? It can store only 10 lakh records. After that, Where will I go and store? Where will I go and store? 10 lakhs is a maximum record you can store in your Excel. You know Amazon, right? Amazon. Amazon is a e-commerce company. The number of customers you see here, 60 crores. Where is 60 crores customers and where is this limit? 60 crores customer data I have to store. Where will I store? Can I store it in Excel? Impossible. Impossible. So I choose some database. In database also it has some limitation. Your Oracle just supports 5 GB and your MySQL supports just 2 GB. What will I do? Right? I want to store 2 terabyte of data. I want to store 2 terabyte of data. Where will I go now? Where will I go now? Okay. Now, that is why I can consider this as an on-prem data. So maintenance cost will be there. I have to buy multiple laptops, multiple systems, and I have to make sure that I invest a lot in storing that 2 terabyte of data, or maybe I would say even if it's a 10 GB of data, I have to make sure that it is having a proper system. There's always a possibility of data loss. So all these are challenges. Now, your Power BI, as I told you, it's actually one of the best. One of the best. There is no competitor for Power BI. That means, since it's an excellent tool, does it mean that you can overload it? Does it mean that it is you can overburden? Does it mean that you can use it for all purpose? Right? No. Recently, one of my cousin purchased a washing machine. Okay, he's told me that I'm going to buy one of the best washing machine. Okay, he purchased, and usually washing machine charges somewhere around 20 to 25K. The amount he has spent on the washing machine is 70,000. For 70,000, he has actually purchased a washing machine because he wants everything to be the best. Okay, he's working in Google, so he wants everything to be best. So he told me that I am purchasing a washing machine for 70,000. Now that's the best washing machine for that range. Now, you know what he did? He started to wash clothes every day, and you have a capacity for a washing machine, and he's actually putting beyond the capacity. For example, you can load up to 40 to 50 clothes, but he's loading beyond that. I asked him why. It's the best tool. It's the best washing machine. Why it will not wash? Within 3 days, the mechanical system of the washing machine failed. And he called the person and he told, you told me this is the best washing machine. What happened? The person simply told one thing: you are overloaded. You are overloaded. It has some capacity. It has some capacity, but you are overloading it. You're actually overloading it. Even though it is the best, you can never overload it because it also has some capacity. Right? Now, let's say I take a class, I take 4 classes in a day. Okay, 4 classes in a day. Morning I take 2, evening I take 2. Now, just because I can teach, do you think all 24 hours I can teach? Is it possible? That means they are burdening, right? I'm in overburden. So your Power BI is best, but why are you overburdening it? Don't want. We will try to use it to its limitation. We all know how data is increasing. Why are we going and overloading it? Now, in order to avoid this, now we have to go to another way where we can come up with a solution. Let's see what is the solution. Today, my entire KSR data I am managing in my laptop. Okay, entire KSR data. We have trained about 14,000 students till now. Okay, all these 14,000 students, where they have got placed, which company they are working, and how much salary they are getting, how did they reach us, and all their personal information like email ID, password ID, credentials, everything I have. Where do I have? I have in my laptop. I do have my laptop. What is my laptop capacity? 220 GB, 460 GB, 460 GB. So 460, 460, 200, it's almost 1 terabyte. This is actually a Google Drive. So 1 terabyte of data I can store. So today, one laptop, 1 terabyte of data, I've spent 1 lakh. The entire data management cost is 1 lakh, right? Now tomorrow with God's grace, let's say that we touch the 10 terabyte of data. I touch the 10 terabyte of data. Now, very simple question. Can I buy 10 laptops? Can I buy 10 lakhs and I can buy one laptop equal to 1 lakh, right? So I'll buy 10 laptops. So it's going to be 10 lakhs. Can I do that? I have to just
No.
manage my 10 terabyte of data. Can I do this?
No,
See,
No,
if
no.
at all,
not
you are
even
doing, your
practical.
data is scattered across different systems, so that will not help you out.
Why I
And
cannot use this? Do you think KSR doesn't have 10 lakhs?
No, Santosh. If at all you are using, let's say you have 10 lakhs, you are investing, but your data is not at one place. Your data is scattered across different systems. So
Yeah,
you
I'll tell you
require
the
more
problem.
people.
you will
Yes,
not carry 10 laptop in a same time, will you?
exactly. I'll tell you one problem.
Mhm.
Mahesh asked me, can you tell me in 2023 who got the highest package? Mahesh asked me this question. Now you know what I should do? I should go and search in this laptop. I should go and search in this laptop. I should go and search in this laptop. In every laptop, I do have students' information. So in this every laptop, you'll have one package, 10 lakhs, 11 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 14 lakhs. And in that, I have to take the maximum one. So it's the biggest task, right? Because the data is scattered in 10 different systems. The data is scattered in 10 different systems. Now, even Ravana has only 10 heads actually. Ravana doesn't have 10 hands. Now, where I can go and have 10 hands and go and operate, right? I just have 2 hands. I can go and operate only one laptop. Who will operate all my 10 laptops? It's not about money here. It's all about maintenance. Who will maintain 10 laptops? Who will go and, I mean, if someone is asking, if Mahesh is asking, get me the highest package salary, where will I go and search? Will I search in system A or will I search in system 10? So life is challenging for me, right? Now, with this, actually we were worrying. Who can manage, who can manage, who can manage, right? In that case, we are actually worrying about 10 terabyte of data. But in reality, the data is grown in such a way that we are actually in the zettabyte or gigabyte. People call it in 2 different ways. Today, as of 2020, you can see that the data that is getting generated is 40 gigabyte. What is 40 gigabyte? 40 followed by 10 followed by 21 zeros. 21 zeros. It is 21 zeros in the sense I'm still actually talking about 1 terabyte of data in KSR. The data that is getting generated from the companies is 40 gigabyte by 2020. And you people know what happened after 2020. Even kids started using the smartphones for online classes. And we also expect that by 2025, we are going to touch 175 gigabytes. Now, where will I go and store all this? Where we go and store all this? I cannot store in my laptop. I cannot buy 100 laptops, or I cannot even go and store in the servers. It is practically impossible. What is the next step? What is the next step? Now, this was the biggest challenge which we had. In order to overcome this, we were actually worrying. For KSR, we have to have 10 lakhs. Why have to we spend 10 lakhs for data management? Can I ignore it? Definitely not possible, because I need to maintain all my students' information. So the biggest challenge was getting the servers, and it's like a duplications. I keep buying 10 laptops, 15 laptops, 20 laptops. Practically, it may not work, right? When in that case, suddenly someone from the sky came and say that, hey, don't worry. Let me manage your data. Let me manage your data. And that person is nothing but cloud computing. Cloud computing is the future of every technology. Okay, now we are in 2024. Let me tell you one thing. By 2029, nowadays, what company is saying that whoever comes into a IT, the first line will be effective communication. Right, you should have a good communication, right? If you have a communication, yes, you can enter into IT. By 2029, I'll tell you what the situation will happen. The first line of the job requirement is you have to have one or the other cloud knowledge. Take it from me, I'm not a person who always predicts the future, but I'll tell you it by 2029, in exactly 5 years down the line, each and every person who is working in IT will be forced to read one cloud service. Now you're all come with a maybe upgradation. You'd feel like, okay, let me upgrade it. By 2020, whoever is working in IT, each and every one will be forced to learn cloud. If you're not learning, you will be thrown out of the company. This will definitely happen by 2029. You know why? Every company is started switching the data to their cloud. Everything has been switched, right? We are moving everything to the cloud. In that way, we have 4 cloud services, and as and then already we know about Microsoft. So the one cloud service we will be already also learning as part of this course is Microsoft Azure. Now, what is this Microsoft Azure is going to do is, I actually complained, Mahesh, we have today 1 terabyte. So 1 terabyte, I'm actually spending for 1 lakh. So tomorrow my data changes to 10 terabyte. I have to I have to buy 10 laptops. So it is costing 10 lakhs. Actually, we were worrying. Of course, my role is here to teach, but who will manage the data? I don't have time for that. When I was complaining, suddenly Azure came into picture. They said that you give me 3 lakhs, I'll take care of everything. You need not spend 10 lakhs. You can just give me 3 lakhs. I will take care of it. I will take care of the data security. I will take care of the like how to store the data. I'll take care of the servers. I'll take care of the all the steps. I will take hardware, software, everything I'll take care. You just give me the 3 lakhs. I'll take care of everything. Right, nowadays you have seen that, right? The event management has become more like, if you want to run an event, like let's say marriage. So initially in my days, we used to work hard for my cousins, like in my cousin's marriage and all, I will never be in any photo. Either I'll be helping all the people in the dining hall serving food, or I'll be helping my brother, or maybe I'll be getting the people who are coming from airport or railway station, I'll be always picking. That is what we do, right? That is what we did. But nowadays event management is there, right? They completely come, they take care of everything, right from the decoration, flower decorations, and also managing the travel, managing the dinner, everything they'll take care. And that is what now we are going to hand it over to someone else. Who is that someone? It's actually a cloud computing. And that cloud computing we are going to use will be Microsoft Azure. As and then we are working with Microsoft Power BI. Let's learn Microsoft Azure as well as part of this course, right? Now, as and then we are learning this. It is actually an online portal, which is an online portal where you can get all of the databases, resources, everything you can get it. Whenever you ask, you will get it. That is what your Azure. Now, since I don't want to overload my Power BI, I've actually started using some features from the Azure. So Azure with Power BI is a very good combo for us now. Right? See, I don't want to overload it. Right? Since I want to avoid this overloading, I started giving some work to one other component. Who is another component? It is also Microsoft product. So Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Power BI. It's so beautiful to use these tools because it is going to solve all of your problems. It is going to solve all of your problems. But you know what happened? It's really a good combination. But what happened? Whatever I was doing it in Power Query, which is actually a Power BI tool. This is something somewhere you would have seen in the screen, right? So here you would have seen here. Power Query. Now Power Query was responsible for data cleaning. So don't think about all the technical words, okay? Today it's just like I'm giving you a high level. By then when we learn the course, you will get more clarity. Okay, you need not worry about it. So this Power Query was actually responsible for data cleaning, right? So what we did here, instead of using the Power Query, I started using the Azure Data Factory, which is actually one of the tool in Azure. As I said, your Power BI and Azure can work together. I don't want to overload myself. I'll give some task to Mahesh. See, for example, I'll only take the class. I'll only collect your fees. I will only speak to each one of you. Don't you think I'll be overloaded? So what we have done, maybe Mahesh is taking care of certain tasks. I'm taking care of certain tasks. Now that is what we are doing. I don't want to overload it. Rather than doing the data cleaning here, I was able to do it in Data Factory, which is nothing but a component in Azure. Really good. Now, can we reduce the burden? Definitely yes, we can do it. Instead of using this, let's use this. Now, instead of doing the some of the transformations that we usually do it with Power Query, we started using again ADF with data flow. Now don't try to remember all these keywords. Just think that, okay, there is a replacement. What is that replacement? Yes, instead of using Power Pivot, maybe I can use data flows, right? Now, rather than storing my data in the on-prem, which is like installed in my machine, now I went with Azure SQL. Now again, I'm going to make my work even easier. I'm going to make my work easier. That is, your on-prem will come with a more cost limited, but I'm going to Azure. It's a cloud, right? Cloud is a very huge systems they have, which can make our work easier. But though I'm able to get all this done, even though both are from same family, Azure is also from the same family. Power BI is also from the same family. Who is a family? Microsoft, right? So I'm trying to use Microsoft products. Now what happened? Power BI and Azure, both what is happening now, it is also creating some issues. Small issues, small loopholes. Okay, I'll tell you a small story for this. Okay, listen carefully. This is me. Okay. I'm the very laziest person, very lazy person. So for all my works, actually, I have a maid. Okay. I have hired a maid because see, most of the time I'll be in class, most of the times I'll be working. So I have hired a maid. So you know what maid is doing? Maid is actually doing all the works. She comes morning, she cleans the floor. She starts, I mean, she does every cleaning. She put my clothes on washing machine, wash the vessels, everything she does. Day by day, what happened? Because of my laziness, she also become overloaded. I asked her to come early morning and I asked her to leave at late night. So she started complaining. Hey, you're giving so much of work. You don't do anything. You don't even pick the glass and put it in that wash basin. What is this? She started scolding me. So I told, okay, don't worry. I will hire another maid. I'll hire another maid. So this is what I told. So you come work, you just take care of cooking, you just take care of the morning works. I'll hire another maid where I'll take care of everything. Now this is what is happening. Okay, imagine this is a Power BI and this is a Azure. So rather than one person doing the work, I am hiring two people who can do the work for me. Right now, this is what is happening. Now my challenges become more. You know why? I have to remember the salary that I have paid to this person. Salary day. I have to remember the salary. So that means this lady was charging just 15K. Okay. Now I am actually paying 15K for this also. So totally my expense is actually touching 30K only for maid now. Right. So challenges is there. And between these two maid, there should be a collaboration. Both should be in sync. See, first of all, if you see, I say it's from same family, but usually fight comes within the family only first. Your brothers and sisters will fight more than everyone, right? So here these two mates did not have a proper interaction. One person will say you do first, one person will say you do first, right? So a lot of things happen. Now that is where cost become higher with the help of this. I'm using both, but it become bit of cost and complexity also increased. complexity also increased, and performance, everything started to hit. One is dependent on the other. One person came, okay, she was to cook, but there was no, the vessels was not washed. So she's saying, no, I cannot cook because we don't have the proper vessels. My maid started complaining. That means this maid is dependent on this maid. So lot of dependencies. So I know that I was making my work easier, but at the back end, I am making even more complicated. Right? I mean, it's not a showstopper. I'm still running the show with 2 people. I'm saying I'm managing it. Okay, you take care of this time, you take care of this time. I'm managing it, but it's an existing problem. What will happen in the future? Nothing, right? We may not know what will happen. So in order to overcome this, there is a new update that has happened. Okay. What did Power BI did is, Power BI was launched in 2015, right? 2015 to 2024. From 2019, they are working on a major update, which is called Fabric. Now that Fabric, if you observe, it was launched on May 23rd, 2023. It is actually less than an year old. It's just 9 months, 10 months old, right? They announced the Microsoft Fabric, and they actually introduced in a preview version. But you know what? I can use it for all in one. And that's where this update was a major update. Now we need not depend on Azure. That whatever Azure we were able to do, right? That again, I'm able to do it in Fabric. And that's where your Microsoft Fabric started using Power BI, started using Data Factory, started using some of the Azure components, and all this started becoming like a under one umbrella. It started to use in one umbrella. So this tool has been a major update that has happened in Microsoft. From 2019 they're working on it, and by 2023 they started to introduce this. Now we don't have any dependencies. With the help of only Fabric, we can completely do one project. And that is what your Microsoft Fabric. We all know only Power BI. But along with Power BI, you can use all the other features, but you don't depend on others. You can also go and do it within the service. Now, what I've done, I have hired one maid only. The one maid can do all in one. She can cook, she can clean, she can do everything. That is what I have done. Microsoft Fabric is a new update that has been come in the 2023 May. It is just less than 1 year, which can do all in one. And that tells you the story now. And finally, let's see what is a roadmap to become a data analyst. First, we are focusing on the reporting. But for reporting, we have to get the data from database. In order to get that from database, I need to learn a language, because I cannot speak in English. I have to speak in a language, which is I have to speak only in the language called SQL. And with that, I pick the data and I then do reporting. But just because it is one of the best tool, I don't want to overburden it. So I started to use some of the features in Azure. But there is again a complication. I have to pay for 2 subscriptions. I have to pay for 2 people. I have to monitor 2 people. Initially, my eye was only on 1 maid. Now I have to monitor 2 maids. Life becomes difficult. So finally, what we thought, why can't we go with the one-stop shop? That is nothing but your Fabric, which was introduced in 2023. Why can't we implement everything into a one tool? And that is where will be the last thing that we will be learning as part of this course. We will start with SQL, then we will do our reporting, then we'll make use of the Azure concepts, and then we will exclude everything and we'll start focusing on the one tool, which is going to be the Fabric. So this will be the roadmap. Okay, so we will be covering 20 classes in SQL. We'll be covering almost 50 classes in Power BI. When I say 50 classes, it comes to 65 hours. Here also it comes to 25 hours because I usually have a habit of taking 1.25 to 1.5 hours. So exactly I don't take 1 hour. So it comes here. And again, we will be covering Azure ADF for 20 classes. And finally, we'll be covering another Fabric for 20 classes. So all over it comes totally around 100 to 105 classes. So this is what will be the complete roadmap to data analytics. Totally, your entire course will be 100 class, and today we have completed 2. So 2 out of 100 we have completed. So another 98 days is there where you can become a complete data analyst, where you'll be learning all these tools, and it will come up to 130 hours. It will come up to 130 hours. Right now, this is what we will be doing as part of our syllabus, right? And if I ask you, where is the opportunity to become a data analyst? Well, I would say that you have opportunity everywhere. I'll give you 1 minute time. Tell me a domain where data is not involved.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, right? So that
Yeah.
is where we will be. I should have actually reframed this a slide saying that where there is no opportunity. Okay, I should have reframed this saying that where there is no opportunity, data is everywhere. Data is everywhere. All over the world, you can see data. So opportunity for data analytics is always at the on top, right? And one last question which I would like to tell you is, I'll answer a few questions and then I'll give an open mic. You can ask me any questions. You can become a data analyst by going through any of the websites, any of the YouTube channel, and wherever you want, you can read. But why are we joining? Why are we focusing here? What are the things which are focusing here is, if you're seeing here, 2023 Fabric came. Okay, even I am only 1 year experience in Fabric now, because from the day one it has launched, I've been using it, right? Even that new latest updates we are teaching here. No other institute in India is teaching Fabric. If you can go and research it. No company, no institute is teaching you Fabric, but we are doing this. We are teaching you all the latest updates, and we'll simply call it as all in one. And in fact, KSR Data Vision and Fabric both are same, because in Fabric also we can do everything in one tool. In KSR also you can get everything in one course. So all course you will be learning in one. And all the examples will be live examples. I am not a trainer, actually. I'm a working professional. I'm working in Microsoft. So whatever I am doing there, I'm actually helping you to understand. I never come any prepared with presentations or something. All the classes will be a live demo class. I mean, live means it will be live interaction. You will be like, I'll be asking you, you have to respond to me. Everything will be live. And whatever we are covering will be live scenarios. What I have faced in my companies, that is what I'm going to teach here. Every class is going to be a practical class. No theory, no PPTs, nothing. Everything will be practical classes. And as promised, 100 hours of training will be given. And another important thing is, if you want to use your Power BI, if you want to use your Fabric, you need an organization account. You need an organization account. Without your organization account, your learning will be incomplete, right? So in most of the institutes, what they do is they give one ID, they'll ask everyone to use. But here in KSR, what we are going to do, if 100 people join, we are going to generate 100 email IDs for your people. So each one will have a separate email ID, and always you can communicate with us on Teams, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Outlook. Any question you have, you can always ping me in the Teams meeting, because all will be connected with the organization ID. Suppose your name is Anand. So Anand at KSR will be your email, and I will also be having email. I am also part of KSR, right? So I'll also be part of this email. You can message me, you can send out an email, you can connect to our team. Everything will be a professional way. What you do in the companies, right? The same structure we are following here. And people say that KSR is an institute, but I say that KSR is a startup. You're all joining here to work as a one project here, right? We'll all will be working for projects where you have to communicate. Everything should happen in the professional way. That is, you have to communicate, you have to have a process of sending an email and getting the response, right? And other thing is, we will be covering 3 projects. We'll be covering 3 projects, and apart from that, we'll make sure that we'll give you the interview guidance. We will help you to understand your experience, which background you're coming from, which domain you're coming from, how much of experience you can put in your resume. All this we are going to cover, and as part of that, we will also help you. One-to-one guidance will be given, where each one we will be helping you to prepare your resumes. And you keep listening me for the next 100 days, you will be more confident in the tools. So that is where you will learn soft skills as well, how to communicate to the clients, how to tell the story, how to talk about the charts to the users, everything you learn. You keep listening. That is where you can learn some of these soft skills as well. Okay. So all in all, we teach you everything right from 0 to 100. If someone joins with a 0 knowledge, by end of this course, we'll promise you that you will get all the information that is needed to work in the project. See, I can teach PowerBi in 3 days, but we are going to teach for 4.5 months. 4.5 months we are going to train. You know why? We want you to get that hands-on experience before going into the company. From KSR Data Vision, whoever have got trained and whoever have started working into a company, not even a single person has come back to us saying that we were not able to work. That's the high quality training that we provide. So you can do a research, you can go back and see the, see the reviews, you can check all our recordings, everything you can see, and then you can take a call. So this is something which I wanted to tell. In yesterday, I'll tell you what happened. Microsoft has actually had a AI tour, that means artificial intelligence tour. Okay, so what happened, they wanted to showcase what are the products they have. Okay, so this happened on February 8th, that is yesterday, and you can see that it happened in Bangalore. Okay, and you know what, in this we got a chance, this is not me, this is Mahesh. So Mahesh has visited this tour, that it was actually a seminar given by the CEO. He was able to interact with all the people, right? And we are actually in the constant touch with Microsoft, since I'm also a Microsoft employee, and all of our courses, if you see, it's a Microsoft product, right? Azure is also Microsoft, PowerBi is also Microsoft. So we had a very good interaction with the team. We already getting to know what is the next thing that is coming, right? We know Fabric is update, but what is the next steps? Everything we are aware of it, right? So we never miss anything related to updates. We are also keeping track of it. If this class would have taken yesterday, I would have not told you this. This happened yesterday, February 8th, and today it's February 9th. So yesterday it happened, and today we are able to showcase this. That means we are almost in a constant touch with Microsoft. Whatever is happening, we are keeping in touch. And that's why I'm saying, right, each one will be given an organization email ID. Each one will be having an organization email ID. And if you see here, this all are the like Microsoft Fabric, and so many things are there as part of the updates, and everything we are aware, right? All this we are going to leverage to your knowledge. Whatever we know, we are going to communicate to you, and that is where we are unique, right? With all that, I would like to end this session with who can go for this course. Well, as and then, whoever is willing to learn this without much knowledge on coding, this is a right course for you. I don't want to learn coding, but I want to get into IT. I want to get handful of salary. Well, this is a technology for you, right? And apart from that, people who are freshers, you can give a try, because freshers always get a challenge. The moment you come out of the college, people say that learn Java, learn testing. Well, that's all. N number of people are there who are not even getting a job as a fresher. But at least if you can come up with this, you can get some opportunities, at least 2 to 3 opportunities you can get in the initial days, where you can crack it and you can showcase your reports. And people who have a career gap, people want to switch from non-technical to technical, and finally those who are very much interested in analytics, well, this is a path for you. And again, I should ask, who cannot go for this course? If you're 25 years, 30 years experience, maybe it's a difficult, but anyone who is like 15 years, less than 15, this is a right course for you. You can always get upgraded. All in all, this is a course which you need not need any coding background, right? With all this, after learning this course, you'll be able to learn SQL, Power BI, Azure, and Fabric, right? Now, this completes the 2-day masterclass. And as I said, from Monday, we will be following the roadmap. We'll be following the roadmap. What is the roadmap? We will be starting with SQL. So from Monday, we'll be starting with SQL. Today, we have completed the masterclass on data analytics. So from Monday, we will be starting on SQL. This will be our path. Okay. Now, please ask whatever questions you have. I'll answer one by one.
Yeah, Santosh, I have a question. As you have said that we can do everything in fabrics, right? Then why don't we spend more times, because that is the future technology. So why don't we spend more? I mean, why don't we take or get more classes in Fabric instead of Power BI?
Fabric is a subset of Azure. If you don't know Azure, nothing you can do in Fabric. Fabric is using all these features from Azure. If I directly jump to Fabric, completely it will be zero knowledge, you will get it. Whatever we have the new components in Fabric, everything they're making use from the Azure. So I have to teach Azure. There is no other go. So thank you so much for your time. From Monday, we are starting SQL. So please attend. Again, you will be getting the links for the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you will still have time to decide. Go back, do a research about Fabric, research about the course, research about the complete details. Go back and see the recordings and then take a call. Okay. We'll all meet on Monday. Thank you.